Hi, I'm Dr. Shufer. I'd like to take a few moments to discuss with you ear care for your dogs. Before we get started with showing you the technique for cleaning your ears, the dog's ears, I'm going to go over the anatomy of the ear so you can familiarize yourself with the process. The canine ear and the feline ear are very similar. They're formed by the top floppy part of the ear called the pinna. Then we have the vertical canal of the which leads to the horizontal canal, which then goes to the eardrum, which penetrates into the skull. When a dog has an infection in the ear, the problem is occurring down in the horizontal and vertical canals. Frequently, you'll see debris in the area that you can visualize with your eyes in this region, but we're worried more about what's going on down below. When you're cleaning the ear, we have to keep in mind that these canals do go down and inward fairly deeply, particularly on the larger breed dogs. So our goal is to not force material down into that canal and pack it in during our irrigation procedure. What we're going to do instead is use irrigating solution, which will be filling up the canal, and then by vigorous massage we'll be able to get the junk that's on the inside of the canal off into solution, pull it up, and take it out with cotton balls. In this picture, we can see what happens to the dog's ear when it becomes inflamed and or infected. If you can remember what the last picture was, we had our big vertical canal here and our horizontal canal here. What they've depicted here is the swelling that occurs around the ear in response to inflammation and infection. That swelling can make it very difficult for fluid, air, and light to get down into this canal, and you form an obstruction down in the bottom with wax and debris. As long as this is completely swollen, we're never going to be able to completely clear up the ear. And that's why sometimes we have to anesthetize the dog and mechanically flush this out to give us a start so that our drugs can allow the swelling to come down, and then you can do more routine cleaning at home. I'm going to demonstrate how to do the ear cleaning on an actual dog, but first I want to talk you through it on this model. Our supplies that we'll need will be vet ear cleaning solution. We'll be using the vet solutions for our routine cleaning. Occasionally we may send home a different solution such as Malaseb or Malodic, depending on the particular condition that your pet is dealing with. We're going to need cotton balls because we're going to use those to take the stuff out of the ear. And although I have a Q-tip here, this is not something we want you to be using at home, because as you put that Q-tip down in here, you could pack the wax in and potentially even damage the eardrum. Now in most dogs the eardrum is pretty far away from where you can go, but with your finger there's no way you're going to get in there and harm it. When we're going to perform the cleaning process, you're going to be taking the ear solutions and filling up the canal until the fluid hits this line where you'll be able to see it. So this whole bottom part will be filled with fluid. Then we're going to grab the ear and massage it, and you'll see that material going up and down. This may better be seen on the live model we'll be doing in a moment. After we have massaged it, we kind of squeeze it up, and then we're going to take a cotton ball and just pull out the debris like that. While we have this picture here, I just want to show you how to instill the ointment that we might send home as a treatment. The ointments that we have usually have a long tube on them to allow you to get them down into the canal, and that's where you want to go. Realize this tube, while it's long, is not long enough to go down and actually harm the eardrum. But when you're administering it, you're going to put it down the canal and then push in a little bit and gently massage it so it distributes itself around the canal. Okay. Now we're going to demonstrate how to actually clean ears on a live dog. This is Cindy, my little pretty Afghan, and she's going to be our demonstration model. Just to remember, the parts of the ear, the floppy part is called the pinna, and then from the pinna we can see the ear canal starting with the vertical canal, which will go down like this, and then it turns inward towards the head as the horizontal canal. I'm going to take my solution, which is the vet solutions, and I'm going to fill up this whole canal with fluid. Easy. Usually the dogs will be a little bit startled by the cold fluid. You can warm it up in a water bath to make that better. So the fluid is now completely filled up to this level. Then I'm going to grab with my thumb behind the ear, my forefinger in front, and then I'm going to gently massage. Can you see the movement? The fluid is moving up and down. There's a noise you'll hear like a smacking sound, and that tells us we're getting all the wax off the edge of the thing. When we're done with the first round, we're going to lower the ear, allow gravity to help the fluid come out, and then I'm going to take cotton balls go into the ear, come back up, pull it out towards us. So I'm not packing things in there. You can see there's some debris. Her ears aren't that dirty, but this is about what you'd expect on the first round. Then after we've done it once, we're going to repeat. So once again, I fill up the whole canal. Easy girl. You can see this is probably a two-person operation. We're going to put my forefinger in front, thumb in back, massage, up and down, let it drip down with gravity, and then with cotton ball, go back in there, come up and out. And that's how you're going to clean the ear. Generally, you can repeat it again until the cotton balls are relatively clean, and the smell of the ear smells more like the solution we've just used. Sometimes after the dog, if the dog has a bad infection, it's still going to look a little murky for the first few days while the medicine is doing its job, and we'll have you doing the irrigation more often than once a week. But normally we're going to recommend this as maintenance for all pets at once a week. That way, if you're cleaning the ears, you'll be able to see that, wow, it's starting to look a little dirty, maybe there's an infection starting. You can bring them in sooner than later and hopefully stop it before it becomes a big problem.